this video is going to be about macros and how to trade the macro setups. When you're trading macros, all you want to look for is inefficiency to liquidity. That's the only things you want to look for trading macros. It's simple. You don't need daily bias. It's better if you have it, and I can show that, but you don't need daily bias. But the macro times are 950 to 1110. That macro, it can be good if that 930 has a run on stops. If it has a run on stops and you're looking for the opposing, that macro can be good. 1050 to 1110, it's good to target liquidity. 1150 to 1210, that macro is good if the other two macros haven't ran on any stops. And from the lunch hour, which is 12 to 1:30, we don't trade. So for this example here, this would be inefficiency here to liquidity, and this was today's price. But yeah, inefficiency to liquidity, this would be a continuation macro. This wasn't a reversal. This would be a continuation targeting PM session liquidity from previous day. All you want to look for is a fair value gap in the window of 950 to 1010 and take it to your liquidity. Now, me personally, I go for 20 points. So if you were to buy this fair value gap here, 20 points would be right around there. That is good for a first partial. And then the full terminus if you can do two cons. But me, I like taking a partial out at 20 points regardless and letting my last piece run. So this is the 1050 to 1110 macro. As you can see, we had a run on stops. Fair value gap here. Extend it out. It taps it. This was one buy opportunity. But also you have a run on sell side and a shift. Here's another opportunity. You can buy this order block here for more confirmation, which is your breaker. You can buy that targeting this high for buy side. In this same example here, you have the 950 to 1010 macro, and you see this fair value gap? Price dips right into it in between 950 and 1010, offers you more than 20 handles and takes out a liquidity pool. So in the AM session, this line here represents 930, the opening price. So in the AM session, I'm looking for my macros. This is one model I have, is my macros. You wait for time, which is 950 to 1010. You look for inefficiency to liquidity. There's one setup here. Your other one was over here. There's two setups right here for you to take your macro setups. And this would be a reversal. So 930 opens, runs lower, shifts, fair value gap here. You can buy that. This would be a reversal. So this is the 1150 to 1210 macro. And in the same day where you had the other two macros, you have this setup here that delivers 20 points. And we can check that. So 40 points, okay? If you ran on one mini for 40 points, that's $800. But it's literally just inefficiency to liquidity. And this wick here comes in, if you look at the bottom, it comes exactly at 1150. Stabs right to the fair value gap. You can buy that, putting your stop at the displacement candle, and it runs up, takes out liquidity here. That's your 1150 to 1210 macro. And then you come into the lunch hour, and we don't trade that. So in here, in this day alone, it had 3 quality setups, really good setups. So in this example here, we have a sell side liquidity pool, and this is the 950 to 1010 macro. There's SMT with ES, and in between this window, you have inefficiency to liquidity after taking previous day high. It's that simple. It's inefficiency to liquidity, and we can check how much handles it has to offer you. Okay, 60 points. And let's see what the stop loss would have been. 10. That's really good R right there. Depending on how you control your risk, that's really good. So 950 to 1010 macro. If you guys want to learn more about macros and how to trade, you should join the server. We're usually live in there, and if you want, there's a Patreon in the description. I have A through Z on how to approach these markets and my personal approach for the AM session, PM, and in general the daily range. So if you guys want, just check it out. I know you guys see me out there live. I've been debating on if I should keep going. I like doing the live streams and pointing out my daily bias pre-market. If you guys want me to keep going live, just drop a comment,